Every day, millions of people open a phone, a tablet, or a computer. They go online. Some watch videos. Some read messages. Some listen to music. And many people do one very special thing. They learn English. Around the world, English is part of everyday life now. People learn English in the morning, when the day is fresh and the mind is clear. People learn English at night, when the house is quiet and there are no distractions. People learn English on the bus, using every free minute of the day. People learn English at home, in their favorite chair, with a warm cup of tea or coffee. People learn English before work, when the world is still asleep. People learn English after work, even when they are tired, because their dream is stronger than their tiredness. Some students are young, just beginning their journey. Some students are older, never too late to start. Some are children, learning their first English words with big, curious eyes. Some are parents, studying at night after their children go to sleep. Some are grandparents, surprising their families with new words every week. But they all have one dream. They want to speak English. Maria lives in Brazil. She wakes up early every morning. The sun is warm and golden outside her window. The birds are already singing. She makes coffee strong and sweet, the way she likes it. The smell fills the small kitchen. She sits at the kitchen table with her phone in her hands. Before work, Maria studies English for 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes. But every day, without stopping, she repeats simple words with a clear, careful voice. Hello, good morning, how are you? My name is Maria. Nice to meet you. She says the words slowly, again and again. Sometimes she closes her eyes to remember. Sometimes she writes the words in a small notebook next to her coffee cup. She smiles. Every day she learns a little more. Every day, Maria is closer to her dream. Ken lives in Japan. He studies English at night, when the city lights shine outside his apartment window. After dinner, he washes his plate, sits at his desk, and opens his laptop. He puts on his headphones, a quiet signal to the world. I am studying now. He listens carefully, with full attention. Today's lesson is about weather. Sunny, rainy, cloudy, windy, cold, hot. Ken repeats each word. He imagines the weather as he says it. He feels the sun. He hears the rain. Then he looks outside his window at the dark sky. Small drops of water fall against the glass. He smiles and says out loud, with confidence, "Tonight is rainy." He understood. He used English in a real moment. That feeling, that small, beautiful victory, keeps him going. Amina lives in Egypt. She studies English on the bus every single morning on the way to work. The bus is full of people. Shoulders touching, bags on laps. People talk loudly. A baby cries. Cars honk in the busy street. The city is alive, moving, noisy. But Amina is focused. She takes out her phone from her bag. She puts in her earphones. She opens her English lesson and enters her own little world. Today, she learns colors. Blue, green, yellow, red, black, white. She looks around the bus with new eyes. A blue bag on the seat in front of her, a black shoe on the floor, a white shirt on the man standing near the door, a green umbrella, a yellow notebook. She sees the world in English now. English is everywhere if you look for it. Luis lives in Mexico. He has a good heart and big plans for his future. He wants a new job, a better job, a job where he can use English every day. For this reason, he studies English without stopping. At lunch, instead of scrolling through social media, he watches English videos. At night, after a long day, he practices speaking out loud. Sometimes he is nervous. His heart beats fast when he tries to speak. Sometimes pronunciation feels difficult. The sounds are different from Spanish. Sometimes he forgets words in the middle of a sentence and stops, embarrassed. But he keeps going, because Luis knows something important. Every mistake is a lesson. Every difficult moment makes him stronger. Little by little, Day by day, his English becomes stronger, his confidence grows, and his dream gets closer. Emma lives in France. She loves travel more than anything in the world. On her wall, she has a map with small red pins, all the places she dreams of visiting. New Zealand, Japan, Brazil, Canada, South Africa. She wants to see the world. She wants to speak with people from every country. She wants to understand their stories and share her own. At home, she studies English with her tablet, a blanket around her shoulders and a candle burning on the table. She watches videos with subtitles, reading and listening at the same time. She repeats every sentence slowly, paying attention to every word, every sound. She practices conversations she might need one day. Where are you from? Nice to meet you. Can you help me? How much is this? Thank you very much. She closes her eyes and imagines herself in an airport, in a market, on a train, speaking English with confidence and a big smile. This dream gives her energy every single day. In India, in Korea, in Turkey, in Italy, in Colombia, in Thailand, in Nigeria, in Poland, in Vietnam, in Argentina, in Morocco, in the Philippines, people are learning English. Different countries, different cultures, different accents, different foods, different music, different stories, different lives. But one language brings them together: English. Some people learn with YouTube videos like this one. Some use apps on their phones, learning 5 minutes at a time. Some join online classes with real teachers from around the world. Some read simple books, page by page, day by day. Some practice with teachers, some practiced alone. Some practice with friends, laughing at mistakes together. Some practice by speaking to the mirror, looking into their own eyes, and saying the words with confidence. Some practice by speaking to their phone, recording their voice, and listening back. There are many ways to learn. No one learns exactly the same way, and that is perfectly okay. The important thing is to begin, and to keep going. Learning English is not always easy. Sometimes students feel tired after a long day. Sometimes they feel shy, afraid to speak, afraid to make mistakes. Sometimes a small, quiet voice inside says, "My English is bad. I speak very slowly. I make too many mistakes. I don't understand anything." Do you know that voice? Okay, maybe you have heard it too. But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of learning. Mistakes are not the end of learning. Mistakes are how we learn. Mistakes help us grow. They show us what to practice next. A new word today. A new sentence tomorrow. A short conversation next week. A little progress every single day. This is how English grows. Not fast, but strong. Like a tree, slowly, quietly, but with deep roots. One student learns 10 new words today. Another finally understands a full sentence for the first time. Another watches an English video without subtitles and understands it. Another speaks with a foreign friend online and laughs together. Another writes a message in English and presses send with shaking hands. Another says hello to a stranger with a smile and with confidence. Small moments, big victories. Every single one matters. Technology changed the way people learn English forever. Years ago, learning English was very different. You needed a classroom with 4 walls and a clock on the wall. You needed a teacher standing at the front. You needed a heavy book, a pencil, and a paper dictionary. If you lived far from a school, learning was very difficult. Today, the world is completely different. Now, English can be in your pocket, always ready, always waiting. On your phone, in your headphones, on your screen, anywhere, anytime, morning, afternoon, night, at home, at work, on the train, in the park, in the kitchen, in the car, online. The classroom is everywhere now. The teacher is in your pocket. the lesson never stops. And something truly beautiful happens online. People connect. A student in Brazil listens to a teacher in Canada and feels less alone. A learner in Japan watches a lesson from England and hears a new accent for the first time. A woman in Egypt speaks with a friend in Australia. 2 women, 2 cultures, 1 language. A man in Mexico writes a message to someone in the United States, and a friendship begins. English becomes a bridge between people, a bridge between countries, a bridge between cultures, a bridge between dreams. Maybe one student wants a better job, more money, more opportunity, a better future for their family. Maybe another wants to travel the world and feel free in any country. Maybe another wants to finally understand their favorite movies and TV shows without subtitles. Maybe another wants to sing every word of their favorite English song and understand what it means. Maybe another simply wants to talk to people around the world and say, I am here. I exist. I have a story. Every reason is important. Every dream matters. And maybe someone is watching this video right now. Maybe that person is you. Maybe your English is just beginning your first steps on a long, exciting road. Maybe you know 5 words, maybe 50 words, maybe 500, maybe more, maybe less. That is perfectly okay. You are learning, and that is important. Very important. You do not need perfect English to begin. You do not need fast English. You do not need big, difficult words. You only need one thing. To begin, 1 word, 1 sentence, 1 lesson, 1 day at a time. Today. Hello. Tomorrow. How are you? Next week? Nice to meet you. Next month? Let me tell you about my life. And one day, a real conversation with a real person. Then friendship. Then confidence. Then opportunity. Then a door opens, a door you never expected. All starting with 1 small step. Around the world, millions of people are learning English online. And every single day, someone new begins their journey. Maybe today is your day. Open your phone. Open your notebook. Listen. Repeat. Speak. Learn. Keep going. The world is learning with you, and you are not alone.